And here we are. We have to design our character. Let's see what we can do. Do we want to be male? Do we want to be female? We have the choice. I'm going to be male. For some reason. I don't want to be called Pyrrhic or what it was. I want to be called Pyrrhic Taha. And apparently we are going to be the son or the daughter, however you prefer, that has been rescued in the, well, in the starting mission. Can we have a nice picture of a nice guy? Apparently not. There are not that many choices in here. I have to admit, nothing that actually is covering our face. So we are just going to take that one. Looks a little bit like a rope or something. A little bit packed, or, well, let's be honest. None of these is fitting to me. I'm not that skinny. I'm by far not like that, but I'm also not looking like that. Yeah, let's just go for this one. Regular. No, that's skinny. It's skinny. Let's go for this. Yeah, we're a little bit chubby, aren't we? We are chubby. Can we get in a little bit closer? No, we cannot. The customization options seem to be, you know, there are a lot of faces now. It seems to be a little bit limited, I have to admit. But that looks a little bit like on the picture, doesn't it? Maybe another haircut. To be honest, the first one actually looks closest to what we are, like that over here. Facial hair, for sure not a full beard. Would like to be, we have a 3-day beard, I will call it, just like we haven't shaved for a while, but it seems like that's not an option either, so we just keep it like that. Hair color, let's go for a little bit of a dark one. Oh, well, like this. And skin color, well, yeah, let's go for the very healthy option over here. No. Yeah, let's do this. That's absolutely fine. Now the big question is, what do we want to be? We can go for magic, white magic, black magic, elementalist, archery, discipline, and brutality. Normally I like to go to be one of these guys that runs in and smashes and crushes and kills. But I really think that I would like to go for a black magic over here. Because I like summoning. And I really think that could be a real good tree with damage over time, throwing in some dots, having fun like that. But why do I need to choose 3? Well, we're already at casting, let's do one of these, and I think going for archery might not be the worst, since we don't want to be in close combat. Our intelligence is a little bit on the low side. Why is constitution so high? This one can go down, I think, at least for the time being. And intelligence is causing our damage output to increase, right? And it needs to be almost even, the intelligence and the willpower. So we go 5, 4, constitution 3. I know we will drop that, probably go rather often with that, but that's fine. Dexterity we need in order to use a few of the bows, and strength we basically do not need. And yeah, that's us. We have a very unhealthy statue. Our back probably is killing us. We have so much pain in there. The rest I'm not going to judge on. So let's just accept and see actually what they want us to do is next.
Nortander, the cradle of human civilization. We know war. It has been at our side for millennia, coming and going with the indifference of the tides. Our most recent sprouted from rebellion. For reasons unknown, a mage by the name of Isamo Tahar gathered the noble houses behind him in an attempt to overthrow the crown. His magic brought mayhem. Our Lacaine fires burnt towns to ashes. Abominations ravaged the battlefields. Men and women were torn apart with the snap of a finger. Only a sacrifice by our queen achieved what none had thought possible. An end to the slaughter. The Mage War was over. The Crown had won, and a ban on magic was enacted. Now the people once more believe that their suffering has come to an end. They hope. They dream. But the tides don't change.
Okay. Short introduction.
Memories float through their halls like fireflies in a misty swamp. While some of them are pleasant, most of them are not. Save for your friend Bertrand, your comrades shunned you, and your promotion into the ranks of the Wolf Guard did not make things any better. Can you blame them? After all, you are the child of Isamo Tahar, the man they have spent the past 8 years fighting.
So there we are thrown into the barracks. Probably some basic training for us before we really start going out. Of course, people will not like us because, yeah, it's mentioned over here. We are the child of Isamo Tahar, the guy who basically killed everything over the last years, and we are not happy with him either, I assume. He wanted to kill us. He wanted to execute us just to set an example. And yeah, that's not a good thing. I believe it's not good.
Hey, Tahar, wake up. What in blazes is wrong with you?
Well, first of all, I'm half naked, so don't wake me up like that. Apparently Bertrand, who was with us the last round as well, survived. I'm happy about that. He's a ranged guy, and maybe he will help us a little bit. I don't know which. I think the gold ones are continuing the story, and the green ones are just asking questions. So we try to get as much information as possible. Always.
Where am I? Are you serious? What does it look like?
Well, there are a lot of options in here always, and some of them are very much influencing the story as far as I know. So you shouldn't pick whatever you like. So yeah, but I'm going to be asking for paradise.
Tiara's gardens? Yeah, save for the grapes and the virgins. That is, unless you've hidden any under that bed of yours. You were screaming as if Nor himself was at your throat. Not the best way to make an impression on the new recruits, don't you think? It was that dream again, wasn't it? The nightmare.
Yes.
Look, I know I've said this before, but you did the right thing back then. Your father, he was a madman. Defying him was the only sane thing to do.
Yeah, we have various options. So I probably have seen it before, but we betrayed our father. We kind of said wrong things, and that's why I wanted to execute us. We don't know the whole story behind it. Probably will get to hear about that. It wasn't the dream of Castle Vastel. If I did the right thing, why does it? Why do the others shun me? Okay, let's go with these ones first because I still think that's the right thing to do. And
not
then we can go on
everyone
with
in
the
the
other
Royal
ones.
Army seems to agree on that.
Well, then they are fools. All they want is a scapegoat, and you, as Isamo Tahar's child, are the best one they got their hands on. Honestly, you shouldn't need me to remind you about that.
And it was not a dream.
It wasn't the dream about the cave. It was the one I've been having since I was a child.
That one. Well, what can I say? You're one tormented soul, my friend. But probably that's why we get along so well.
Yeah, probably.
But still, sometimes I can't help but feel that you still feel guilty about betraying Isamo. Just don't, all right? You did the right thing.
Okay, that new cult is out for mage blood, though. Maybe my father was right. I don't think my father was right, so I will not go for that.
I know, Bertrand. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for, isn't it? For what it's worth, at least, the new laws will prevent something like that from ever happening again. Magic is dangerous, and your father and his rebellion were all the proof for that. We can't just allow mages to run around using their powers as they please. There just need to be limits, rules. And the new laws are just that. A rule set plain and simple. Those mages the Purity branded, they chose their own fate. They were criminals and murderers.
And why are you so sure about that?
Were they?
You're talking about that woman. Yes, they made a mistake, but come on. All the evidence suggested that she killed that merchant. It's tragic, and it must never happen again. But I can't really blame the judges. And also, the law was never perfect to begin with, but it's better than having no law at all.
Is it like that? I'm a mage too. That's true. What if one day they want me on a stake too? Actually, that is a good question. I really would like to know that, because there are mages all over the place. We had the white mage along in the first place, so why not throwing everyone in a cage?
I'm a mage too. What if one day they decide that I'm also a defiler?
Come on, don't be ridiculous. You're a battle mage of the Royal Army, of the Wolf Guard, for heck's sake. And you're not the only one. You use your powers for the greater good, unlike the ones who are being sentenced.
Corporal Tahar? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb.
What is it?
Lord Marshal Angar and General Noria have requested your presence. You and Corporal Carpel are to report to them in the Hall of War as soon as possible.
What's it about?
I'm not in a position to tell.
All right then. Shall we go together, Tahar? I've been meaning to stretch my legs anyway.
Sure. Thank you, boy. You can leave.
Of course. Corporal Tahar? Corporal Carpel?
You should put some clothes on first.
Oh, really? Thanks for reminding me.
So, yeah, we know how to loot, and we know how to get into inventory, so that's fine. But first, let's have a look at what we actually are going to do. We have 3 ability points to spend, and I think we also should go into leadership at some point. But of course, first, we want black magic. Leeching health, that's going to be very useful, and the void arrow is dealing tons of damage, so I'll take that as well. I would like to raise the dead, like this would be this. We could also go for decrease all resistances. Now I need damage, I think, as first, and some bodies to throw in. I think that's the right way to go. So we'll try that. So Q is our void arrow and A is our area effect undead calling.
Yes?
Okay,
Now would you look at that?
let's get some equipment. Take it all and probably equip a little bit of it at least. What do we have? Light armor? Actually, we probably need the rope. And that's actually just for good looking, isn't it? Quick equip on right click. Yeah, that's just for good looks. And a common armor, which we probably just go to sell at some point. What do we have here? Black stuff, damage type undead, damage type fire. We need intelligence and willpower for 1 on both of these. We are going for undead damage, right? That looks good to me. What are these? Second chance, talisman. We don't need them right now. Yeah, let's go on.
Ready? Then let's go.
Yeah, I'm ready, Bertram.
I'm
Okay,
ready.
you're joining me. That's fine. Is there anything else we can loot within the barracks or somebody we can talk to? It doesn't look like it. So yeah, let's push forward, yep. And do some nice cleaning, recruits. I want this shiny when I'm coming back, yeah? I want to see myself on the floor. A nice reflection of myself. We could go out over there. That would be the right way. Well, there's much more to see. Well, much more. The map here is not that big. So.
Acknowledged.
Very nice that you acknowledge my command.
Nothing important there, Tahar. Just some provisions.
You don't know that? How do you know
Got
that?
it.
I want to check it out. Maybe I should have left Bertrand behind. Okay, you see there's
Let's
something.
see.
Still rotating the camera wildly around. A bow, a little bit of focus potion, which we might need at some point. And some gold, but nothing else. Well, it's more than
Understood.
nothing. There's some stuff lying around there as well.
Will only take a second.
What do we have? Healing potion, mysterious key. Okay. Okay, we have a key. I haven't seen anything that is locked. Maybe the door... Did it turn green there, or was I fooled by this thingy? I think I was fooled. Maybe it opens the gate or the door on the other side, which we cannot enter right now. Maybe it leads us to a special place. We don't know that. I'm fairly certain I'll find out. I can be very, very... I can spend lots and lots of time
quite
on finding
empty.
things.
Where are all the recruits?
Out for the drills or in the halls of justice, I guess. There's a trial taking place right now.
Another mage?
Yeah, some elven woman, I believe.
Okay, I assume she's going to join us. Put on the hat, because we don't have any other right now.
Will do.
There's some more stuff. Maybe it's a black hat. That would fit us much better. No, but it's a book. Are books just for value? You found a readable item. Well, let's have a look, right? Magic belongs to the gods alone. To practice magic is to defile the sacred gift and demands the punishment of death. Such is the harsh teaching of the purity of light. Though the order is widespread today, it is easy to forget that it's a relatively young religion with a far gentler beginnings. How long are these books? Okay, that's fine. But that's, as with most, I'm not going to read that out. If you want, I'm going to scroll down slowly. You can read it out. I don't think that I want to read all the books that we are going to find. Maybe I'm going to read them at some point if I'm a little bit bored, or if I have to wait for something. But that would just cost too much time, I think, at the moment. So, enough time. I said you can just pause it quickly and then go on. Let's see what the elven girl is doing outside. Yeah, why not?
No city of Northander evokes as much awe as Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the crown. Built into the Hibernian ruins that once crowned King's Mountain, its walls and towers were made to withstand every foe and army, from the great orcish horde to a swarm of dragons. It was here that the Mage Wars came to an end, after an unknown rebel warned the crown of your father's planned attack. You remember the battle that followed all too well. Though many soldiers were honored for their bravery, no amount of medals will make you forget the widow's cries at the funeral pyres.
Yeah, I assume that must be quite a devastating thing. Luckily, I've never had to experience something like that, where friends or family or anything around that died by any kind of force. Blessed for that. And I really don't want to experience that either. So, let's go on though.
Ah, finally, some fresh air. Come on, Tahar. Let's head to the North Tower.
Okay, we have to witness a trial in the Hall of Justice, and we have to report to the Lord Marshal. Yeah, let's...
Understood.
They are just floating around there. I already thought they are just doing some weird stuff. The birdies.
Understood.
Let's go on. I still think that...
Quite the view, isn't it? Just doesn't get old. Still hard to believe that some 1,000 years ago, somebody actually built this place.
Yes, absolutely.
I have to repeat it. This looks just beautiful. I mean, that looks a little bit... Oh, I'm getting attacked. I absolutely did not notice that. And let's get some undead. I absolutely missed these guys attacking us because I was looking at the waterfall. So there we go. These guys are knocked out. I don't even know what we collected now. Or if it was just a kind of trap.
Of course.
I need to get a healer at some point. Or maybe get healed with our own guy. I leave the undead behind. That's absolutely fine.
Yes.
Well, it's solved itself, apparently. I wonder if they're going to stay longer if I'm getting more points in our magic tree.
May the light have mercy on you.
There she goes. No more magic for you.
Okay, that was really just an execution. I doubt that she's going to join us.
I still can't believe the Lord Marshal is allowing them to do this in Greykeep. Weren't they an underground movement just some moons ago?
They were. Things changed quickly, it seems.
Who was she?
No idea. She might have been with the rebels the army recently took out near Windwall. They still haven't given up. By all that can be said about your father, he certainly had his followers. They're like weeds. Whenever you think you've gotten them all, you find a new patch eating away the seeds somewhere.
I didn't know the Iron Mask kills right away.
Well, from what I've heard, there are two ways it can go. Either it makes you lose your magic, and then slowly your sanity, or it causes a brain rupture once it's branded onto your face. Seems that this woman suffered the latter.
Let's move on.
Sure.
That seems like a rather cool way of dealing with mages. Putting an iron mask on them and burn their faces out. Until, well, they either get nuts or, well, die. Or get nuts and die afterwards. Doesn't seem like a very nice treatment. Yeah, how does the iron mask work? That actually I would be interested in to know. I don't think it works at all. Okay, I'll read that at some point. As usual, you can just pause and then go on afterwards. So there we go. Where do we need to go? We need to go actually where I'm heading right now, so I'm not very keen of going there. Every corner needs to be explored just for these things here. No, exactly, it's interesting. And there's not much more we can... Oh, actually, there might be much more that we can go. We can actually talk to the Purity Priest. We get a helmet over there. Is that him?
Now would
It
you
is.
look at that?
I wonder what he has to tell us, if he's happy with this choice there.
Yes? Who are you?
Just two soldiers. We saw the branding. Impressive work.
So, what do you want?
Could you tell me more? Yeah, I really want to know more.
Could you tell me more about the purity of light? About your faith?
Oh, you're a seeker.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Interesting. Well, I will do my best to answer your questions.
Oh, I have to choose for them. Why does the Purity despise mages?
What's your problem with mages?
We don't have a problem with mages. We have a problem with defilers.
What's the difference?
Well, a mage is someone who has the ability to tap into the power the All-Father Aonir used to create the universe. It's a burden, and we are well aware of how some mages suffer. However, having that ability by itself is not a sin. Using it is. Man should not have that power, regardless of stature or morality.
But that's what defilers do. They have no humility. They recklessly indulge in their magic and use it for their own purposes. Asamo Tahar is the best example. He showed the world how foul and dangerous uncontrolled magic can be.
Okay, what is with the battle mages?
What about battle mages? There are mages in the Royal Army, too.
Well, technically they are defilers too, but they are a necessary evil, so to speak. Mages are powerful, and in order to keep Northander safe from them, they might be needed. It sounds paradoxical, I know, but it's the truth.
Okay.
But can't magic also be used for good?
It's not about good or bad, it's about humility. Man was never meant to use magic, and the disregard of this fact is what made the world the violent, corrupted place that it is. So yes, magic can heal as much as it can kill, but that does not change that we are not allowed to meddle with it. We are not gods, soldier, we are men, and until we know our place again, Aonir will not return.
Okay.
This woman, what did she do?
That one? She was one of Asamo Tahar's rebels. They hid in wind walls, but the royal army took out their camp. She summoned a beast that tore apart 13 soldiers before they finally pinned her down. It's good that the mask put an end to her right away.
Well, I have to admit, I would like to get this spell of her. So really, that I can cast or summon a beast that can do that much damage. I really would like to get that.
Do you have some kind of leader? Your movement originated in Greyfell, correct?
Movement. I don't think you quite understand who we are, soldier. But I have faith that you will soon enough. Regarding your first question, yes, we do. Harbinger of Light, or Rondar Lacaine, as his worldly name is known. He is out of the city at the moment, but if you want a chance to hear his sermons yourself, he will return to Greykeep 1 or 2 days from now.
Okay, this guy is probably the big boss then.
What exactly do you believe in? I've been told the purity of light renounces the Guardians. Is that true?
Renounce? No. The Guardians, as well as the renegade gods, are Aonir's creation, and they are as truthful as he is. They left us.
What do you mean by they left?
Well, they were only temporary to begin with. Aonir created them to tend to our world as long as mankind is corrupted. But now he wants to return to our world. And the Guardians have gone back to their slumber.
Aonir wants to return?
Yes, Aonir will return to this world. 12 moons ago, the Harbinger of Light, our leader, had visions where the All-Father himself spoke to him. He said that after all the suffering we, his creation, had to endure, the time has come to bring peace again. He will reveal himself to us, and will make this world one of freedom, peace, and equality again. No war, no greed, no hunger, no kings, no queens, no beggars. Just children of the light, as we all once were.
And how exactly will he do this? It's not like there's no reason our world is the way it is.
It's a god we are talking about, not a guardian, but a true god. The only god, the creator. You're making the mistake I made before the Harbinger showed me the truth too. You are trying to apply human thinking to something that never was human to begin with.
And why hasn't he returned yet?
Well, that's the reason we're here. Aonir also told the Harbinger something else, that he will only return once mankind has become pure again.
Pure?
Yes, free of the wrong faith, free of defilers. That's our mission. And once we've succeeded, the Harbinger will open the gate so that Aonir can step through.
I don't want to insult anyone, to start with, because religion is a very interesting topic, a very difficult topic to talk about. But this sounds pretty nuts. It's about having an imaginary friend who tells someone else in high position, you have to do something. And this guy just interprets it like he wants and does whatever he likes, just saying, hey, yeah, big boss told me. I think that sounds like nonsense, and I'm going to say it.
That sounds like nonsense. Dangerous nonsense.
Well, I'm sad you see it that way. I think it's best that we end our conversation at this point. I hope you will see the light someday, soldier. I really do.
Let's be honest, I will not. I personally, maybe I have to at some point as character. But I personally, I can't believe in this. Neither in the game, nor I have to admit in the real world. So. But yeah, everybody's free to believe whatever they want, right? I think at least that way, as long as they're not forcing their thinking on different people in any kind of way. Anyhow, let's go back to that game over here. To be honest, this fairly sounds similar to something I heard before in some game that you are facing some kind of god that is coming back and everything like that. Can I go here already? No. It requires an oversized key. Can we go through there? Where does it lead us? To the prison? Actually, I don't think we need to get there right now. We should collect this one though. The prison, most certainly we have to go there to get someone in there at some point. Or get somebody out of there. And talk to someone and everything like that. That's always the case. So I don't need to teleport in there right now or to move in there. And just get out after a few seconds.
Tell me, Tahar, is it just me or has the general changed?
Now that came out of nowhere.
I mean, back when I joined the Wolf Guard, he was so different. Passionate about our cause. But now...
Don't know what they're
know.
talking about, if you ask me.
Ha! But that's the problem, Casper. They won't ask us. Not them high and mighty Lightbringers. Not them royal counselors. Not even the Lord Marshal.
Hey, it's nice that you have some random conversations happening, not only between your characters, but also people on the street.
Yes, that's it. Now again, remember, eyes locked onto your opponent.
And I would assume that you get quite some information out of that, how everything is running. Maybe even some hints on some quests. Apparently also, we encountered someone else that might be of importance. Doing some training over here. But where? Oh, over there. Let's have a look.
No. It's fireballs you're dodging, not candy. Again.
Look at that. The fabled Wolf Guard has arrived. Always good to see some friendly faces.
Sergeant Esme?
Always so stern, Bertrand. What do you need? Some early morning practice?
Why not? What do you think, Tahar?
Don't talk about the Fight Club. Yeah, don't talk about it. Let's see who we are fighting.
Well, what does it look like? Recruits. Some of them almost know what they're doing, but some others could really use some actual sparring. So, what do you say?
Well, I'm going to join in there. I mean, probably at that point it would be easier to have somebody who can actually fight close combat, but I think our undead, they will be absolutely fine dealing with them.
I guess I could do with some practice.
Good. Then get in the ring.
And it seems like there was some kind of choice over there. We could have chosen for, no, we don't want to join the fighting and...
Brandon, Ronan, come here.
Yeah?
See these two over there? You'll fight them.
But they're Wolfguard.
Correct. I've seen you two train, and you won't last a second out in the field. Time for you to get some real practice.
But...
Get in the ring.
As you command.
Quite the dragon, isn't she? Let's go easy on them, Tahar.
All right, lads, here we go again. Show the corporal what you're made of.
You could have chosen something else, and I assumed that would have been... Did I kill him? There would have been a different outcome there, or a different thing over time.
I said I yield, damn it!
So it would influence the story.
Well done, lads. Now get back to the barracks and have someone see to those wounds, all right?
Poor sods.
The sergeant is right. If they're going to survive out there, they need proper training. In other words, we did them a favor.
One way to see it.
Yeah, our undead's just dead again.
It's fireballs.
And it gave us a little bit of equipment, nothing that we actually need. But well, maybe money at some point. What's up, Emse? Got some more training.
Good work. Those pals aren't without talent, but they're far too spoiled by these walls. Hang on a moment. Here. I've heard talk about a new mission, and something tells me it's the reason the Lord Marshal wants to see you. And I guess you could use these.
A friendly gesture. I almost forgot how that felt.
Don't be so dramatic. So, what do you say? Tired already? My boys could do with more real combat like that.
What do you think, Tahar?
Well, I think I'm just going to continue until there's no training left anymore, until this mission is complete. We got some healing potions out of that. That's not
I
bad.
could use some more practice.
Great. Let's make it more of a challenge this time. Get in the ring when you're ready.
I am
You there!
always ready.
Yes, you wolf guards! Get your asses over here!
Are you talking to us, Sergeant?
I am. I want you to fight Corporal Tahar and Carpal.
And just when did we become your recruits?
You're not. But my recruits need to see some real combat. And a fight between 5 brethren of the Wolf Guard would be quite the show.
Look, we don't have time for...
We'll fight.
But...
Get in the ring.
On your marks!
Oh, Anselm is one of these guys. Why are there no undeads? Oh, I'm out of focus. I actually went with the wrong cast. You though should get out of the fight because you're quite damaged and our undead should do the work. Now we can also get out a few shots, right? So, our undead are doing good job. I could raise a few more, but I think we are just going to knock this guy out with a nice cast.
That's enough! What are you trying to do, for heck's sake? Get yourself killed? This is practice, and Tahar beat you. You might not be my unit, but this is my ring. Get out of there!
This isn't over, Tahar. I swear it.
Well, Anselm doesn't seem to be our friend, but this gave us a level up. I like it a lot. So we got a good experience out of that. As said, I think I need at some point some healing. Corpse explosion would be a nice thing as well. We don't have white magic though to heal. I would like to get some passive effects that I don't need to activate, which would make us stronger. And I think going for leadership is not the worst thing. Also, it gives us more focus points. So yeah, let's go for that. And you might have noticed you don't get attribute points every level up. Something to keep in mind, I think. He will continuously be an archer. Now, bleeding I don't think is that important. A mine, well, that might be nice.
Remember, eyes locked onto your opponent.
Deflecting and jumping over to more enemies. That sounds like a fun thing to have. Okay.
Got it.
Oh yeah, we need to talk to her one more time.
Blazes. That guy fought as if he wanted to kill you. Aren't you Wolfguard soldiers supposed to be, I don't know, friends?
We are. I had no idea what got into him.
Maybe, nonsense. Never mind.
What is it?
Just a stupid thought. Forget about it.
I want to know, though.
Bertrand, tell me.
No idea how much you remember from that night when we freed you, but as I told you, Anselm was there, together with his sister. Your father, he killed her. Judging by the look on Anselm's face, he hates your guts. So maybe...
You think he's blaming me for her death?
I don't know, maybe.
That's stupid.
You're telling me. But anyway, it's just an assumption. I might be completely wrong.
Anyway, here. You should take this as an apology. It was a stupid idea to have you fight each other. I'd suggest another round, but I suppose you've had enough by now. And the Lord Marshal's waiting for you.
Well, I'm in for that.
Who do we fight?
Well, to be honest, I don't think there's much point in having you beat more recruits. But seeing you fight has reminded me that lately, I haven't had a lot of practice neither.
You want to fight us?
2 versus 1?
You don't count, Bertrand.
Very funny.
Come on, let's not overthink this. Let's get in the ring.
Okay, I think I know her actually from the beta as well. She's one of the fighters over there. Guys, get away. I need space.
Good. Then let's dance.
Okay, as usual, we erase the undead. So she's occupied with these guys. We could knock her out. I think that's going to be an easy win as well. We used up most of our focus, but that is not a problem. She's almost down. We have 3 undead corpses running around. The crowd is cheering for us, I would assume. There we go.
Alright, this is enough. Oof. The years
years have really taken their toll on me. This would have gone down differently some years ago.
That's what they all say.
Sod off, Carpal.
Jokes aside, thanks for the practice. That was a damn good fight. Let's just hope seeing their sergeant in the dust like this doesn't make the recruits act all cocky again.
Well, if it does, you'll be there to show them their place.
I guess. Anyway, you should go see the marshal now. Good luck, you two. Stay safe.
Well, we got a little bit of more of gold from that. Apparently we get another reward.
That's it, lads. Keep at it.
We can select 2 items. What do we have? An Orb of Fire. We already got 2, I think, before. I'm barely going to. Orb of Healing might be useful for us. Orb of Poison. What's that? The potion was really designed to ease the pain of loss among the widows of dead Norths and the soldiers. When it was realized that the effects of the elixir could be put to better use, that use was abandoned. Instead, the potion is now given to individuals who wish to relearn the combat abilities. I like that. I'll take it. Might help us at some point if we want to readjust our team. Because we will get up to 4 units, if I remember right. And
will do.
If we are, since we are playing on a hard difficulty, we might need to readjust and tweak a little bit around with our skills. So yeah, I like it. If we can grab more of these, I will take them. Also gives us the option of playing around a little bit, using different kind of magic over the course of the... Really? You can't go in there? Over the course of the actual game, so... Nice to have.
Of course.
Yeah, I think we've seen or explored most of the area, at least the area that we can go to. The corporal is the main task, right? So I normally should go first for the Aonir's justice, which is not over here.
Now again, remember, eyes locked onto your opponent.
This should be, as said, the... Yeah, I think that's the main quest, so we go first for the secondary quest, which is over there.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. It is interesting. There's a trader. Actually, let's go for him first, because we have some additional stuff that we can get rid of. I know, it's trading time. Most likely he has very good stuff. Because he... well, it doesn't look very good, but it's not bad. I would have assumed it's better since we are in the capital. But yeah, sell this one. We can sell this. Actually, I keep it because it's epic. But the small weapons there, the white ones, we're going to sell all of that. This one we can actually put on Bertram. This one should be worse. This one as well. Broad Axe we do not need, at least not right now. We can sell books, but I keep them for the time being as well. 510 gold, so in total we will have 1200. We can basically use nothing with him, neither with him, so we are just going to take the gold. Yeah, that's how it works.
Good choice.
I messed that up so many times while playing Divinity. Because at that point you have to say even the balance with gold, and I forgot that pretty often, so understood. I just spent all the money, gave them things for free. That was not the smartest move I made at that point. Let's go here inside.
Few people know the story behind the impressive hall, with its gilded pillars and domed roof. It was constructed in 6542 by King Arif Aelith as a monument to his greatness. Arif was known for his cruelty and decadence. When after a fight, his equally disliked brother attempted to kill him, Arif fled all the way to the top of the Grey Tower, into his shrine. But his brother, sword in hand, followed. A fight ensued in which both of them were fatally wounded. Ever since, the hall has stood as a symbol for justice.
Well, okay.
This isn't the Hall of War. You know that, don't you?
No, Bertrand, I forgot. But I want to see this trial you were talking about.
Well, it's probably already started. Let's go take a look.
Okay, there was not the elven girl.
Will not change anything. I hope you realize that.
The silence of a defiler.
I do not understand why she has not simply been branded yet.
Because it is Aonir's will. Your devotion has always been remarkable, Lady Leonidar, but this woman is trialed by the light, as we all will be one day.
Okay, small cutscene.
What do you want me to say? That I used my magic to kill those soldiers? Yes, I did. And I would do it again. Because they tried to kill me.
She's lying, for heck's sake! That bloody witch is lying!
You know what? You're right. I killed these men just because I liked it. Then I cooked a potion from their entrails and finally found myself a nice little broom to fly off into the moonlight.
Do you think this is the time for jesting?
I don't. But for the past hour, I have done nothing but repeat the same story over and over again.
For which you have no evidence.
Yes, and neither do you. Apart from a stable boy who was part of the act all along. But you know, that's the great thing about religious idiots like you. You always pick the story you like most. Now go ahead. Get that pretty little mask on my face already. I'm sure Aonir would enjoy that as much as seeing elven mages raped by Leonider soldiers.
Heresy. This is heresy.
Area of Finnenmere. You are hereby found guilty of breaking the new laws by using magic to slay 3 soldiers of the royal army. The punishment will be death by the pike and shall be carried out by the morrow. The trial is over.
Let's be honest.
That's tough.
That didn't sound very just, didn't it? Did it?
What do you make of this?
I don't know. She might be speaking the truth, or she might be lying. But it's 2 witnesses against her word, so I guess the sentence was only fair.
Who's that woman? The older one?
You don't know? Alright, now that surprises me. That was Amaria Leonider, the only surviving member of House Leonider. All of her sons died in the final battle of the Nortander army against your father's rebels.
She seemed to be very upset by what the elves said about Aonir.
Yeah, no wonder. She's one of the most fervent followers of the purity. Probably also one of the reasons why they could get so much influence within the crown. House Leonider was one of the greatest armies in Nortander. But let's go, shall we? I wouldn't want to keep the Lord Marshal waiting any longer.
By the way that sounds, the whole story goes at the moment, it seems very much like we are going to throw these people here over as well.
Yes.
Like we are going to fight, especially that Leonider woman, or what the name was.
Interesting.
And I would assume that we are going to free this elf and she's going to join us. I liked her, the way she was talking. I really think that that was a nice thing. And this one we had already. Well, it's money. Anything else that we can collect over here? It does not look like it. No, we can't follow them into the prison, I would assume. Also doesn't look like I can talk to someone over here. So let's just go for the big boss, the general, and talk to my Lord Marshal. Someone is missing. Yeah, we have to collect our group first before we can go to the next area again. Hop up. There we go. But they're not reading out every time. So I'm gonna leave it running once completely, and then if it's taking too long for loading, I will still cut it out. But no, it doesn't take too long, so that's fine. We have a new point of interest. I don't know which one that is. Maybe it is actually the thing itself. You can see the trader on the minimap as well, so that's something nice. It didn't select our units automatically. Let's put them to unit 1 so we can quick select them.
Let's see.
And now let's go for Mr. Angar Arandir. Probably some mission on the outside area, so we can have a little bit more of experience. I would like to get that.
In the midst of the keep, like a lithic giant challenging the sky, stands the Grey Tower. Though not the highest of towers, it is no doubt the most important, as it houses both the Hall of War and the Hall of Justice.
Okay. Most important
tower.
tower.
There's something I've been wondering about lately.
What?
All this, the army, the wolf guard, the crown, does it fulfill you?
What do you mean?
Just, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Looks a little bit like Bertrand also has some doubts about the whole thing. I can understand that. It seems a little bit odd, the whole thing, like purifying everything, and so that always has a very, very bad sound to it. Great houses, we are not going to read it right now. Again, I will just show it to you guys. And vision. Okay, it is green. Oh, with a green background, so instead of higher value, I would assume. Right click it is. It's just telling us about the different houses. So, House Iskander. What was the name? Leonida, Iskander, Wulfgar, Halit, and Utran. There we go. And we got Mage, no, Vision. That's okay. Let's. You can just read over it as always, and down we go. And actually, that was it already. Can we auto sort? Yes, we can. And yeah, I want to put the head on this guy here, and auto sort again.
What's next?
Okay. Yeah. What's next? You continue moving, I think. We can't get inside there. At least not for now. Apparently we have to go through there, so...
Yes.
No, we can't move there either.
Let's see.
Well, not that many options.
Alright, here we go. Ready to go in?
You sound nervous.
Nervous? No. I just... Never mind. Come on, let's go in.
Yeah, I'm clicking, but you're not moving.
The Hall of War is not only where most of Northander politics are conducted, but also where emissaries and diplomats from other empires are first received when visiting Greykeep. It is easy to understand the reason. Once one has walked on the marble floors, through the gilded arches, and beneath the eyes of the many statues that adorn its giant halls.
Well, sounds impressive. Unfortunately, we don't get a real good sight of that, since we can only zoom in like that. And that's it. Normally I recognized it when I was walking through the dome in Cologne and everything around that. The ceilings are the most impressive parts in my opinion. Most of the time. It looks stunning. Anyhow, we don't have any kind of ceiling right here now, right here.
But all we need is more time. The cure is within reach, and we...
More to read about fighting, some kind of battle.
And if we do not stop this plague right now, it'll wipe out all of Greythal next. I've made my decision. Once you've found a cure, fine, we will use it. But for now, this is the only way.
I understand, Lord Marshal. Forgive me for my failure.
Dismissed. General Noria, how long will it take you to reach Leonon?
7 days. 5 to 6 if we get fresh horses around King's Crossing.
Then do that. The Treasure Master will provide you with the coin.
Good.
Okay. Some kind of cure for something these guys were researching. And some other thing that he wants to do. I'm not very keen of that.
Lord Marshal, General Noria, you wanted to see us?
We did. Sentenza?
Yes. What do you know about the Bloodburn?
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
So, our commitment to secrecy worked for a change. That's refreshing.
The Bloodburn is a plague. The first time we heard about it was about 3 months ago. For almost a moon's turn now, every capable alchemist of Greyfell and Everlight has been searching for a cure. And there are rumors that the elves, the dwarves, and even the greenskins are affected by it as well. Problem is, we are nowhere near a solution. And recently there's been a massive outbreak at a village near Greyfell, Leonon.
Okay, I assume that is what they just have been talking about.
And am I right to assume that this Bloodburn is lethal?
Absolutely. It's by far the most dangerous plague EO has seen since the Red Fever. Frankly, it corrupts a person's blood, hence the name. It starts with a light fever and some nausea. Within a week, people will bleed from their mouths and their eyes. We don't know what causes it, and so far, no medicine has shown to help. Once the first symptoms show, it goes quickly. The blood forms blisters, which eventually burst open, and by then, the fever already causes an excruciating, sometimes lethal pain. After that, it's over quickly. Within the next few days, the victim will bleed out like a slaughtered pig.
Tiara's breath.
Indeed.
That really doesn't sound very healthy, I have to admit. And they probably want to send us right in there, don't they?
I see. Any idea what causes it? How does it spread?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know. Some things seem to suggest that it's contagious, whereas some alchemists believe the infections occur at random.
At random?
Well, not entirely. Apparently there's a pattern, but it seems almost too ridiculous to say it.
The infected we've talked to, many of them have reported hearing, I don't know how to put it, noises around where the infection must have taken place.
Noises?
Yes, some of them even said it sounded like a voice. Superstitious nonsense, of course. But it might suggest that it's more than a mere disease, which is troubling.
A curse. That is what you're suggesting, isn't it?
A curse? No. If anything, I think it might be some kind of magical anomaly. However, you're not here to muse about the courses of the plague. We have scholars set on that. You're here because the Wolf Guard will set out on a mission. Sentenza?
We have to find a way to contain the outbreak in that village, Leonon. If the infections reach Greyfell, we will be faced with a catastrophe that will make the Mage Wars look like a pleasant dream. Thus, we, together with a small division of Nortander's soldiers, will travel to Leonon and assess the situation and see what we can do.
Okay, it's an interesting thing. We don't know how it spreads, but they want to send us there, so we might get affected without it. And we can't do anything about it. Without any cure behind it. I don't know if that's a smart idea, that, to be honest.
I understand. But if there's no cure, how can we contain it?
We'll see when we get there.
Yeah, that's always a good plan.
What's my role in this?
What kind of question is that? You're a member of the Wolf Guard, and this is a royal mission. End of story.
That, to be honest, sounds logical as well.
If the Bloodburn is deadly, how do we protect ourselves when we get into the contaminated territory?
Again, we haven't understood the Bloodburn's distribution pattern yet, so there's a chance it'll not affect you anyway. But to make sure, our alchemists have prepared a concoction that's supposed to protect against the infection.
Yeah, exactly, supposed. That would be my first thing. This single word, supposed.
Supposed to protect?
Well, it did work for our scouts. We'll simply have to take the risk.
Understood. When do we set out?
Tomorrow at first light. Just get your things and your potion from the alchemist downstairs. His name is Albertus de Reims. Then meet me at the gate when you're ready. Anything else, Lord Marshal Arondir?
No. Just solve the problem.
We will.
Well, if it's that easy, then we just do it, right? Okay, apparently that was it here in the Hall of War, so we just go on and visit the alchemist.
Now would you look at that?
But let's be honest, sending a whole group out there of your most skilled fighters, which is including me of course, putting their lives on a risk without any chance of curing it if it happens, really? I'm not sure if that's the best choice to do, but yeah. We are just a regular soldier, so we do as ordered, I guess, right?
Got it.
Okay, we get a explanation mark over here. Might be the alchemist that we've been visiting already before. We have a question on a different location. Oh yeah, reach Leonon. Makes sense.
Are you Albertus de Reims?
Depends on who's asking.
Corporal Carpel and Corporal Tahar, Wolfguard. We were told you can give us a medicine that can protect against the Bloodburn.
Ah, so that's you. Yes, here are your potions. Drink 2 sips of it 2 hours before entering the contaminated zone. It lasts for about 7 hours.
And it works?
Of course it works. Just make sure to never go over my suggested dose, otherwise it can be lethal. Now, is there anything else? If not, I've got business to attend to.
No, that was all. Thank you.
So we either die from the Bloodburn itself, or we die from taking his potion. Kind of. And that's a very, very promising situation, I guess. At least we know what to do now, so that's a good thing. So far, I really hope that we can save the elf somehow. I really would like to take her along. We could always use a little bit of support, can't we? I mean, we get a close combat fighter with Sentenza if he's going to join the fighting, actually. But still, we need a mage, and she can use magic. And I hope that it's white magic as well at the same time.
I'm ready.
Yeah, they want us to go here to the corporal.
Now
I'm going to check in the prison now, if I can have a quick talk with that girl. I know I said I probably have to go there at some point anyhow, but why not checking it out right now? Meanwhile, we can have a quick look in the glossary, right? We have some information, and I said these things already before. I really, during the beta, I like it a lot, these things. If you can get information about your enemies. And yeah, you can see here we don't know what this guy is doing, if he has any kind of special skills. Maybe it comes over time. We know that this has poisonous fangs. The undead, it's pretty important to get to know what these guys actually have for resistances. You know, you can see over here fire resistance is the lowest, as well as slash resistance. You should never attack with black magic apparently. Let's wait for a second. And these guys all should have different strength and weakness. Like here, you should go for white magic. That is obvious. I think every undead should have that actually. Even though he seems to be a little bit of special. Then yeah, regular wolves, nothing fancy over there. Commander. Human units, just the regular ones as well. There was the champion. We should remember actually which kind of weapons we should use there, because they are rather strong. Game mechanics is just giving you some information if you want to look stuff up. And yeah, tutorials. Basically that's what we are passing through the whole time. I'm just going to click on each of them once, so the whole exclamation mark thing is gone. That's a very nice thing to have. If you lose track of something, especially what I did during the tutorial, you go to the barracks and you learn what you need to do with it in order to get units. Good thing, in my opinion.
Every reign has adversaries, and every battle bears prisoners. It is rumored that a long time ago, only thieves and liars inhabited the prison cells of Greykeep. Nowadays, the situation couldn't be more different. And most of the prisoners are guilty of one crime above all others: magic.
Again, I'm not sure if the magic is actually the problem. It's always the same. The magic normally shouldn't be the problem. It's the people who are using it. It's everywhere. It's every kind of power. The power itself is not the problem. It's the guy who is in charge of the power. In my opinion. Put the right people in charge. That's how it should go. I mean, it's difficult to control, of course, with the... if it's kind of genetics, which I assume the magic is as well.
Is there a reason we are here?
Alistair's on watch, and he still owes me some money. If we're setting out on a mission, I think it's best I get it back now.
Good old Alistair.
Exactly, that's the reason. I knew that. I wanted to go here because I get money. Money is always a good thing to have. Oh yeah, you see the positioning 1, if I press that on my keyboard, is putting the camera north right away. I like it. Just figured it out by accidentally pressing on it. I have to
Understood.
admit. There's something in there.
Look at that.
Can I get that? Can I open the door? Maybe I get imprisoned at some point and I can collect it. What are you? Are you just a person laying around there? At least he is accompanied by a woman. Don't know what I meant by that.
Interesting. Locked. No way to get through.
It almost looks like we will get here at some point and imprison ourselves. Yeah, torturing is not my thing to handle stuff. Okay. There seems to be a storage behind that for some weird things. Wonder what all these green, shiny liquid is. It's, even though it's laying around everywhere, I don't know why this one is not caged off then as well. It doesn't seem to be that important. But at the same time, it looks like we cannot talk to the girl that was judged there before.
Let's see.
Tahar, didn't expect to see you down here. Same goes for you, Bertrand. Long time no see.
Wasn't that long.
Need something? Or are you just here to help your friend through a bloody damn boring shift?
A bit of both. I'm here for the money, but I wouldn't mind a good chat.
The, money? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
Well, best ask the Kraken's innkeep then. I'm sure there weren't that many guards last week who emptied a whole keg.
Ah, that money. I almost forgot. Hold on, let me see if I have enough with me. How much was it? 10 gold?
15.
Right. Here you go.
Thanks.
Well, so easy it is. We're on 15 gold. Let's ask how he's holding up, because we are talking with him. I don't even know whose brother is.
How you holding up anyway? Anything interesting happening down here?
What, you mean apart from the fact that the Purity is bringing down heretics here by the dozen? Not much.
Okay, but yeah, how is your brother?
How's your brother? Last time we spoke, you said that the healers still haven't released him.
Ah, don't get me started. They say he's still a danger to the people. However dangerous a broken old veteran can be. Bloody war. All that bloodshed, for nothing. I mean, I know I've asked the question a million times, but why? What was your father hoping to gain from it?
I don't know, Alistair. I just don't know.
You don't. Well, let's not talk about it. It just makes me angry.
Anyway, I have to go. Keep your chin up, Alistair.
Will do.
Yeah, that must be very frustrating that everybody always comes up with your father. I mean, I left him, I betrayed him basically, because I disagreed with his thoughts, with his way of thinking. And still everybody's coming up and says, hey, it was your father, and probably you must know something, you're holding something back. That must be so frustrating. I can absolutely understand how he feels about that. Well, I hope that over the course of time we can change their perception of us, and we are not following our father's footstep and actually make them see that, or make their behavior towards us right. I don't know yet.
What do we need?
As I said it before, I think we might actually go and betray everybody around here as well and attack actually this keep here. Just a gut feeling of mine. Anyhow, how do we get there? Well, they'll find a way, I guess. I would assume they stepped aside from here. Yeah, it looks like I can pass through there now. Oh yeah, no, that was wrong. I have to move it like that. The camera, it doesn't move the camera north way automatically. I saw that now. Everybody walking around, but yeah, they're coming the way that I mentioned. Well, real-time strategy game. We cannot speed up, or we can't fast forward the whole thing. We explored everything. We don't have to fight anymore. Here, yeah, Emsme. All good. No, are we there yet? One of the most annoying questions when you travel with people. Are we there yet? How long? I have to pee.
Yes.
As a driver, don't annoy your driver with these questions if you are going with someone. Especially worst are those that are sleeping the whole time next to you. Waking up, it takes so long. Yeah, I assume for the driver, or just think about this guy who's driving the car and has to focus the whole time. You're just, like a whiny little baby. Okay, anyhow, we are outside Grey Keep now, and apparently we are joining Sentenza in our mission. Everybody's training. Good for them.
There you are. Ready?
Oh well. I think we are.
Good. Then let's go get the others. We have a long journey ahead of us.
Not our friends. And no mage that could heal. Anselm was, I think, with the shield as well. Yeah, he was the guy with the shield. His sister was the healer. The world map is used to travel from region to region. You can transition in the world map at almost any time in the game as long as you don't control a currently active RTS base. When you leave a map, your current quest progress is saved and can be continued upon your return. That's what I always liked. That some quests are actually starting at one, finishing in a different area of the world. You have to bring items from A to B in order to succeed and everything around that. I always liked that at this game. Makes it also challenging. The world map, well, we just read that. Party and faction selection screen. Before heading out on mission this way, you can select which companions to take with you. That's new, so we will get more than just 4 units that we can choose from, and we can choose whom we are taking along. I like that. Bringing along different companions or factions may slightly impact the narrative, so choose wisely. Yeah, I assume that we can get, since we will be able to play with orcs, with elves, that's what I know. I would assume dwarves as well, and of course humans. There we will probably get different outcomes at some point. Do I want to go there first? No, I think we're following the quests here, right? Yeah, let's follow the main quest. Preferably I wouldn't take Anselm along, but a mage. A mage that is not me. But yeah. For the crowd! Looking at this, we will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 8, 9. 9 different guys? 6, 7? Something around there. We'll see.
Wide swathes of green, fertile soil, lakes and rivers rich in fish. The people of Leonon, a small village in the meadowlands of Leonidar, have long led a peaceful life. Now the tides have turned. According to word of mouth, the village has been struck by the Bloodburn. It is your mission to ascertain these rumors' veracity and act accordingly.
Yeah. Is it going to end up in a big slaughter for everyone around there? Are we going to find really a curse? Or somebody who's poisoning something around? Is it real? It's most likely some kind of magic involved, yeah. Curious about that.